26 here in our country. 2 minutes to 9 minutes. And good morning, based upon your geographical location. Where we are in Liberia, good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio, 88.5 megahertz, operating from the telecom community here in Zwedo, Grand Gedeh. Good evening again, good morning, good afternoon, based upon your location. Today we are here face the issue from the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated, sector rectification. The reason why we focus on debate and not confrontation is because with debate, we can be able to see how best we can move the country and society forward. If we are on the obligation, if we have the responsibility to doing the right thing, it is important that you do it. Today we will be sector education, but the drama continuing to as we are going to our towns and villages around here. Again, our evening regard to our many contributors during the first round of our fundraising rally here in Zwedo in the diaspora for your contribution, meaningful contribution. Initially, some people contributed. We know only 28 be expecting us, and then will be a rally again. Later, when God is in it, your contribution to answering on our towns and villages 124/7. We don't want to be shutting down now. We want to go 2 hours non-stop and then reporting information to you so that you know exactly what is happening for our towns and villages around here. How the people call it Gomla. How the people who working in Gomla, who doing the Gomla work, how they are really living according to their agenda. What was the government to the people, or the people by the people and to the people? So whether working according to the platform, we need to know. Whether we have people around here who pretend to be working for government, at the end of the day, they're doing something totally different, is another thing. And if you want to use Grand Gedeh as a base of misinterpretation, then of course we'll tell you, say, don't do that. You know, because for us, we're not prepared right now to allow people to use Grand Gedeh as a base where they can come and then with people because they us their building around here. So the way in which you interpret your administration is to come and exploit the people. No, then you're joking. You know that we'll not be prepared for that. In the educational sector, we'll be in the marble claim today. We'll be talking to the principal from the Pura Elementary School, who will be telling or feeling or in at that Pura Elementary School. The first thing is that it was ventilated to us by the principal. The next thing is that the community people, they're not helping the school on the ground that a whole lot of harassment, intimidation, molestation upon the children there. There are some funny things that have been going on there. And look, they're booking and people brought in the country. They might be disturbing our children when they go to school. Look at part of booking and business. The only time they want to make calls when they leave from here, going to school campus where they have, in fact, the school campus, where they have the campus. When the people of that town allowed, so anytime they go do their wedding when they join in classes, destruction. The children will come to see what happened, where the people coming from, who are those that are working on the tall iron the people get around here. The children will move from in the classes, they will come outside and be looking. That school is combining classes right now. Just imagine. When they Burkina Faso, they damage the latrine at the training campus, the school campus, they damage it. You have officials of government, local leaders are sitting. They don't take me, Africa, they go on the school campus, they start the tower there, and then they start disturbing, they mismanage the latrine that the students are using. Let's see what the principal is trying to tell the world. The concerning about it, the school that we have down there, you know, the Polar Elementary School. Chief, what you have to say to the people, you know, of Grand Gedeh County, Liberia?
Welcome just to Voice of Gedeh Radio, and then we are fortunate to look at stop here at the Pelizon Elementary School. And in our company today, we are lucky to talk to the principal of the Pelizon Elementary School. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
And I want to be, we understood that you are the principal for the Pelizon Elementary School.
Yes, of the son here Medicine School since 2022 at the India School.
I said 2022, here as principal for this school. Tell us, how is the Pellison Elementary School? And how are the students, the teachers, how are you coping with the situation here? Since you've been here since 2022.
Yeah, the students they are doing well, and also a few staff that are getting here, they are also doing well. We are trying our best to see how many to improve as it is. When it comes to the demand of education, so we are actually doing well. There are some other challenges that we have that are going to be
Sorry for the interruption. We want to remain where we are right now because we don't want any interfering again. Setting with the switching to city power. At the end of the day, when you switch to city power, then you go again. Our many listener will be distracted again when we have to go off and come on. So we want to remain on this level. We'll take our musical break when we're about bringing the actuality.
Good morning. This is the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Our second. Good morning. This is the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Our second stop. Now we are in Poland, the campus of the Poland Elementary and Junior High School. We are lucky today to talk to meet for the first time the administrator, the head of administration here, who is managing this school, making sure that we are prepared when it comes to nation building. We are right here in this topic. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Mr. Francis, it was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Now you are the principal for the school, Polar Elementary and Junior High School. I see today is Friday. The students out there doing some training or and now, how is the school in the first place? How are the students, the administrators here? You are here, the teachers. How is it left with you? And now, yes, let's stay a little bit on the good side of that. Yes, they are getting their rights. You said the children. Is that program continuing till maybe just come or is it a 2-3 year program? Now, since you've been on this program, so it means that you are all partners, we can deal with you, you are all working in line with procedures and compliance. Now, let's see the other side of it. Parent Teachers Association, I know that there's a structure set up here. How are you working? Your administration is working with the PTA. Well, what are some of the challenges that you have with the parent, more especially responding to school's activity. Getting there for meeting is it difficult or they don't come at all?
Sometimes it's difficult, but the difficulty is the see what is going on, what is wrong. They, they don't very support the children in school.
On the ground,
That they, for instance, children coming to school late, even parents can ask, come and ask, this happened to my child, they should be taken from. You see, you have to have mistakes and you should have some of the people from this family, they will be sorry for school as they see. Nothing like that. It's stop the very limited on high classes. I mean, you might be a few or two like that. And that's the second one. There are two weaknesses. All the first thing is even the plan. And then people just because you have those weaknesses. So these are challenges, these are problems, these are difficulties. They prepare the classroom to see so these are the kind
now, how many teachers do you have here? The Polar Elementary and Junior High School.
we have right this
This 13 years, one of them have been volunteering. Now, the thing here now is the procedure is elementary school that should be having 9 teachers. Principal supervision makers 9. But then you now, junior high now, you have a 9. It's a very tough, it's challenging.
even the lab we are talking about three are in the junior high. 6 are in the 6 yeah yes and yes. See that the volunteers are the 6 4 and 4 and 3.
Now, sometimes you have, with all of these administrative difficulties, you have the drama starting from the parent. The parent is walking in, asking is a principal, can you allow my child to tell me onto that?
And I said, no, that moment, no, but that I will they will put the oil in the people, the oil in the people, the class, because I will not face it. So I will say, the people, like everything is good. Every single thing that are doing that we're going to do is another lesson. Again, so if your child is not participating in the field, let it go participate.
Now, the parent that should be supported here. They not come for a regular PTA meeting, they not even monitoring their children's performances, and then they are present at campus. How is it here as a principal to you? What's it here to you?
Just before people go to the PTA, go for myself. And some day, the people will tell the plan
we are not silent on this. This morning I said, the people who accept, we have done it in the one to the 12 of that. Another problem of the system is this. Now, people is what up there doing that is just smart. You can have it. The new things in the time. Even our blue flags, we build the people, the kind of policy, people, the people in our business, and the back of the so we call it particular witness is full. So the heart is still about everything. It's a very open announcement. And I even have to have meeting general the guidance so that I'm so sometimes when they work off occurrence when they are coming to work on their tower, sometimes school session, how is that embarrassing the school activities? It is embarrassing. That is classroom. You see children with their family children, when they see school people, and they will kind to observe this discussion, right? The Copenhagen coordinating our this year because of the whole network system. Some will come in here, we come at 4. Some of them still on the campus, drinking on the campus. Somehow they love the campus one another. So, yeah, I think what I have here to this setting is take my voice on, listen, people will hear. And now, are you ventilating this to educational actors like the DO? What is the relationship between your offering to all this money is key to the education of our children? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even like last year, children were experiencing spiritual things that we cannot handle. We saw people in their class, but people come to vaccine and so those who saw them, they went to the they call it PTSD and the people said that the people that go there, they will tell them not to take it. And they stop it. And that time, maybe they said, there's a lot of blood there. That's blood. What is the problem? You don't know. Where is it? Are you see, did you ever have a conversation with the CEO of Mr. Henry Elijah Fremont? I mean, not like, I have your officer. Now, beyond the PTA, I believe that we have more senior government official in this county, maybe Clancy, Parliamentary, or County. Yeah. Was that conversation between them and your office? Yes, even as I was saying, the issue of this the county was the one that came to declare that this was the program, all the incomes around it, they are all coming to pay for this. It is not only happening because of the capital system compensate the government, but then the capital comes from it. When I'm not really able to remember the resources, and
all the country, including all the people, no idea about but community is not very important. All come together as a unit. The people is still important. Every day, so the people come here and do the same.
How many students are you here at the Polar Elementary and Junior High School? 171 students here. Uh, Finally, Mr. Principal, with all of what is true here, what final message that you have for people of this county, educational actors around the world, people listening to the Voice of Gedeh radio, with regard to the services here, wanting to move the educational sector into here? What special message do you have for the people?
Okay. Well, the first thing is that we have to have and the community do well, according to the history of good and but then a lot of confusion to make with that system is very affecting the mind. Two, there is nothing very good. As you may see, some of them are not able to talk about this. So these are the main challenges. And of course, it is now digital world that everything is very from home. But what about the children? Materials, many materials, not available. Children need to have activity books. They need to have reading books so that they, even when they don't know they will repair the activity book, they are not able to be assigned to be able to but this is what government is doing. Government is looking at people have teaching materials, but the children cannot see this. Second children is always supported first grade and second grade in reading. That's the only thing that's happening. But what about the rest of the classes? Children, if you give children know what they will do from place to place to do and this something like that. So our people need to really look at this. That's the only thing that we have. For us, we will need to learn. Because of education and you see, you have over our memories, we take our heritage performance among us. And then we see that it is lack of education. Lack of education. If we all are educated, no one will have education. Then, everybody is going to be educated. Let's look at our website for government and then you tell your wife, you give them, you pay them. Not the same thing. Let me just say about forest. This school that
1 hectare of cocoa farm can give you 100 hectare money of money bills. It's a fine place. You can all the resources. You say your name again? That was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Here at the Polar Elementary and Junior to the principal, disappointingly, say some things, for the good of our children. The way we push Grand Junior country forward, they put the decision that we expect the people to make. When people are educated, the good and better decision they will make. This is the situation right now. People that should be supportive to the educational sector and those that are creating and rural elementary and junior school locations very far from the town. And then on top of the hill again, the students are finding it difficult to get the fresh water from down the hill to come up the hill. On the other side of the school again is the orange tower here that is creating distraction according to the principal, because that is clear. When people are coming, when the staff are coming to work here, all of the students, they will be coming out to see them. And again, the Burkinabes are also using this place for network connectivity to come closer to the school campus here, to then come to be talking to family members and then out of this place. At the end of the day, at the detriment of the school, again, some of them are doing one other things here, coming on the campus, and student instruction, they are all smoking here, which is creating a serious impact here in the campus. You see, the principal also spoke of the issue of combining classes here, which is not good for the students at all. You have to put 2-3 classes together, and then before they can be able to manage their educational activity, but they are still struggling here. The classes are all here. They are bigger classes, but then just chairs for the children to sit on is not an easy thing. Some of the classes, if you can't hear, you find classes 100, more than 170 plus students here. In this classroom, kids and 6th-grade classroom, you have 31 students here, and here you only have 4 benches and 4 desks here for them. The sitting time, they are all gone around here. It's very disappointing. Is happening indeed. Where are we? Grand Junior Country, Grand Junior Activity. For the Poland Elementary and Junior High School in Poland, Wise on this week. This is Randall Junior Power City reporting for the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Good morning, the Voice of Gedeh Radio is still in Wise on this week. Grand Junior.
With the Voice of Gedeh team in the Mabo clan, specifically in Polar Town, talking to the principal, Polar Elementary and Junior High School, more than 170 plus students. The lesson is of the student finding it very difficult to cope with the situation that is against them. People sitting down in the town, the only player get to perform at on the school campus. They will go there and start performing. Our children go to school. Then no wonder why some of the parents can come for their children to go on the farm. The children go to school on the campus. You're carrying all your children there. You get tradition here. You're not going to perform somewhere very different. You're carrying it on the campus. That the children, when they see the thing that you're doing to that place, when they're going in coma. Then you have one that when they do it again, I will expose them. It's better you expose them now so that they can stop embarrassing the children. Now they have the school to the place, and the way the interpretation of our people, when it comes to the issue of development, you put orange tower to the place. When the people go do their work there, the discussion from the orange tower and the workers that are going there to do their work, the children now will be leaving the classes. To Polar Elementary and Junior High School, the people, they're ready. Now you're told 400 plus thousand, that the actual amount is around 500,000 US dollars. You're taking it right about transformer. And some of the places you can go, the day I went there on Friday, on Wednesday, the superintendent was already in that place. He passed around there without even having a single meeting with the police. He go inspect the room. He passed, he went to Zwaja, that was his starting point. So when they check on it, the man who has the responsibility of doing the supervision on schools' performances in this county is the one who visited Polar. He never visited Polar school. He passed, he went to Zwaja. He never visited Zwaja school. Zwaja Elementary and Junior High School, that's Zwake Zone. That's how they call that school. They never visited the place. To go what is unfolding, our lists are not doing it because they don't have interest for education in this place. People leaving the town, they're going strictly on the school campus in the classes to have the place the place messed up, defecating around the whole place. That place at toilet, the school have latrines. When you go there, the doors, all the doors for the latrines, they force it. Because the school or whatever, they go going home. The cleaner will finish cleaning the place, they preserve the place and say, okay, we're going home and school over now. Let's go back. When they go from the town, they go to the school campus, they bust all the latrine doors. The district education officer, you are aware. The principal is telling you what the school is passing through, what they are passing through in the place. Then you around what your supervision, what the M&E person, Minister of Education, monitoring evaluation. What kind of report you are giving? They get your material you're selling. You go to the various schools. Your concentration is percentage. Your concentration is not the condition of the school to bring that up to the level. If I in the country said they don't even attend an education pillow meeting. And when the superintendent can sit down in the country before he can be able to call meeting, he can sit down in the country. The superintendent don't sit down in the country. If the superintendent that's just quite recently we made a man to go by in the administration building. They took the administration building and carried it to the Thomas Palace. That they played the mayor air for more than a year. At the end of the day, these are things, their responsibility. One of the components is to supervise or monitor the performance of schools. You see what's happening in Polar, Basin Polar. So the school there, you see why the drama are there? You see the drama that happening there. The students, the educational activity for more than 170 plus students is in limbo. There's a possibility that the next superintendent can come from that place. Whether you left or not, chief, we don't even know whether people call your niece, then the Minister of Local Government and the people, where they going. Our concern is to redeem, is the campaign for the redemption of a Liberian. Gaytown Elementary, the same thing happened again. Teachers, students, speaking and telling you of those students, then you're around here creating a condition that some of our students there will be gold digger around here. Local government officials, our concentration is when the funding is resoluted, when we have resoluted projects, when the resolution is approved, that the money that the monitoring aspect will after. to go from town to town. You can't be a local leader. You can't be a superintendent in this county, and everybody all road lead to workshop, all road lead to seminar, all road lead to retreat. Just imagine. When the school has an issue with the Burkinabes going on the campus to make that call. Well, we will open the line later on. We'll open the line later on, Chief. We're not opening the line now. Go to that place, they go there, they start speaking their dialect and all the kind of thing, talking to the people there around. Send their own part, they not let school be there, they not even know what they call teachers on zero. So at the end of the day, they don't care. They go to the place, bust the latrine door, the locks, and they go inside and mess the place. When they get done, they go in the classes and vomit all around the place. And the leaders are there to report. And nobody cares anything about that. People still have in the mind volunteer services. The teachers, they are getting impatient. And you get one human resource officer here in the country who giving people employment letter. So if you can give people employment letter, then why are you not giving volunteer employment letter? Why are you giving volunteer employment letter? All the volunteers and things around here, some of them can confront you. You can go to them and go tell them and say, "Your way here, we'll see what we can do." They think here we're pushing it on small, so that the ministry will resolve the problem. But you hear, you're giving people employment letter, sending an employment and the assignment letter you're giving people who don't even have a complete folder. Putting people, that was the reason they put 112 people in 12 teachers on payroll. It are 112 volunteers, they can tell us. The names of the 112, we not even know where they are today. So when you check there, some of the letter, the employment letter that the HR is giving around here, some of those names are on that 100, they are within the 112 on that list. So they don't want to bring it and share with the principal. Give it to the CEO, give it to the principal, so that the principal can be the one to it's assigned to this school. And then we will start looking for Omega Kala, so that to see whether Omega Kala or Mr. John Brown is coming to school regularly based upon the attendance monitoring. So the ME people, when you go to the school, where you can look for, the DO, when you go there, where you can look for. You put all that one there down. The HR is passing around from school to school is ready here, checking attendance sheets and all the kind of things that I know what one the DO would do. He's giving people around. People volunteer, even the same people volunteering while they're giving people employment letter and things around here. You're damaging the educational sector around here. You know, one good thing I always told people, if you are an army man, you take retired Captain Imaya Doe. You tell him now, you go tell him now to go and be, how they call it, you tell the man from here, then you carry him, you say, go and go teach management. You go to a patrol officer, patrol man, tell a man from Galatan Bora, you tell him, you say, go do education activities, go to Ministry of Education. That's two different things. Ministry of Education is completely different from something we're doing around here. Now, if you by way of your career, if you are a human resource management professional, they can even send you to go to agriculture. But when regime change, the people that are not hold in the system on some position, you're taking them from there. What was the reason for when you start changing people positions around here from DEO then you're taking them, you're putting them, you're bringing them to Grand Jira County here. And at the end of the day, they're damaging the educational sector. You're the ones supposed to be employing people around here. You're not even making reference to the Ministry of Education employment that they get the people. Then you're giving people October 1, 2025. You're assigning people letter of employment, then you assign them to a school. Then you that employ the people assign them to the various schools now, CSA say they don't have a complete file. You yourself are setting down in that place compliance and procedure. Your document are correct. The CSA have your name or among the 97 teachers and support staff listing that CSA put to all of the schools around here in Zwetu. You are number 35 on that list. CSA say they don't have the original copy of your credential. But you've been working, you've been taking government pay. And they gave the 97%, including you yourself, they gave you up to the end of it. You will not be on government payroll again. They will invite, they consider you not existing. That's what the communication said. But you are around here employing people and assigning people. From school to school, people there volunteering for 13 years. Somebody at the Polar Elementary and Junior High School, teachers there, they volunteer for 13 years. You just get somebody employment letter for how they call it, October 1, 2025. But somebody been to that place for 13 months around here. But he doesn't know and have people in the office. And you're thinking that people, they're really working. They're doing the bring people work. I mean, you're not doing the bring people work. Then when people call you, I know why you can be afraid of Voice of Gedeh staff person. Anybody when I saw you say before you say voice, what is that voice of Jesus Christ? What is that how they call it voice of Angel Gabriel? I saw they hear voice one time forget it. They don't want to talk to you again. Because then we will not put into what we are doing to rectify this sector. No, we will do it. Because you're not an administrator. That's the reason why when you're talking to people, you just put a military business there. You're talking to principal. Look at the organic grant for Ministry of Education. You should be shouting at principal around here. Your responsibility is you must go be taking out a tenant book from campus. The GO will bring the report to you. You don't want doing supervision. You bring the report to you. The principal themselves. If you're not certified with the report, they bring. How you not be certified with the report the board brings in? You gotta be certified with it. You the same person that's sending people into the ministry to get on payroll. They put not even have complete folder. So a CSA will not to put that listing and come straight to your office. You will not get anything to get CSA. The principal in a crime. The school is not child friendly. From educational item to have a stakeholder engagement in that place. We'll talk to you later on. Open the line. You know, no stakeholder engagement. The principal kept telling you what is unfolding to that poor school. You see why you're dragging the children into because nobody down there to get your money. So you don't want to do the government work. All of you saying that is where the principal kept telling you, oh, this is what is happening to the poor school. They got Tanchi, Paramachi, Clenchi residing in our place. We spoke to the Clenchi. But I will bring that conversation back tomorrow. But nobody talking anything like that. The educational actors. What you want the principal to do now? That play that gap. At the Polar Elementary and Junior High School, that play for people to go and be smoking. So the principal should come forward to tell DEA people to go to that place first. Yeah. I think the Burkina can go to be smoking when the children in session because your children are in the county. Because your children, you don't have child at the Polar Elementary and Junior High School. So it's not your concern to know what is happening with the future of our generation just around. The possibility of a child coming from Polar to become the large under the condition is very slim. So why are we treating our own children the way we are treating it? Was that the commitment that we have here to come and contribute to the sector in this country? What kind of report you sending? What kind of payroll listing you sending in the first place? You say you don't have complete file. Chief, when you get complete your photo is complete, say what say, the CSA will not put your name on our people there. We talking. Why would I know that your name is number 35? They there all on the black on the bulletin board. They there. They say I'm okay, original copy. 19 days gone already. We'll not talk to you again. 19 days gone already. We're just checking the time. By the 31st, we'll see what in May salary you will take it. And we in CSA representation in Grand Gedeh County made the original copy along with their national identification card as well requested by the CSA. Then of course, what the CSA on to now, then we'll be able to let the people of Liberia and Grand Gedeh County to know. But we know that the CSA working, and then they are working. That is the reason why they are doing what they are doing right now. Let's read Director, Regional Settlement Office, Grand Gedeh County, March 10, 2026. The below listed teachers and support staffs of the Grand Gedeh County school system are requested to report to the Civil Service Regional Office in Zoedu, Grand Gedeh County, with original copies and photocopy card on or before March 31, 2026. Please note that anyone who does not report to the CSC regional office before or on the deadline indicated above will be considered as non-existent. Chief, you're just saying a 19-day gone already. And your name on our list, you are 35, number 35 on our list. Why are you checking other employees as to whether they come to work, they not come to work? Let your light so shine before men that they may see your glory. What is shining on you? If an auditor visited you for only 1 day, in 3-minute conversation with you, you are indicted already. You don't even have a complete photo, and you on government payroll. The civil service agency decision was informed that look, we can't continue to be having the people in the system. So we need the documentation on them. We just want to see the original copy of the document that you had and photocopy. So it means that civil service doesn't even have anything on you guys. Because the communication is asking that you must bring the original copy and photocopy of your documentations. So they don't have nothing. You don't have for you submitting payroll on behalf of Grand Gedeh County school system to the Ministry of Education. And then for onward submission now to the CSA, to Ministry of Finance that you're getting paid around here. You see how you're damaging the educational sector here? But you're doing it because Grand Gedeh County don't have superintendent. If Grand Gedeh County has superintendent, all of these things, the superintendent will know from the meetings. On behalf of Grand Gedeh County, the superintendent are attending the president's state of nation address that doesn't even have a copy. Anything they want to do, they will do it. At the detriment of the citizen. This is where we are. Before the end of it, we will read their resolution, the local government. All the institutions, they say they will give money to all the kind of things like that. What the end of the weekend. We'll also start checking on the resoluted development project they said they were going to do in the various districts and things. We'll be giving the highlight on all of them. We're not rushing with your project right to the administration beginning. That'll be that one will be the last. You tell somebody say now pay more than 70 plus thousand to that place. 139,000 resolution. But we'll come to that one. We'll come to that one later on. A group of Liberians pay interest of the educational sector of Liberia, specifically Grand Leader Country, creating a condition where the school system here will be described as capital. You see what's happening in the school system? You see what's happening to our students? They don't have material. People are using the schools for different activities at the detriment of the students. Principals are crying every day, everywhere. Volunteering, people volunteering that services they can be paid. So if you have the opportunity, you don't have the opportunity of putting people on payroll, teachers and put them on payroll. Now we take our musical break when we are back. But first of all, let me conclude on the educational activity before we open the line for you to make your contribution here on Voice of Gedeh. 88.5 megahertz operating for the telecom community here in Zwedo Grand Gedeh County for the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated. We are on face the issue today on Voice of Gedeh. The numbers to your way. Tottenham Wasting Institute. You see how the book can be joking with education here? Few days back, we witnessed a transition from the TWR school. The principal was changed to another person. Mr. Branke Bali was changed after 21 years, and then Mr. Buster took over that school. You see the mistake point we have from that turnover, from that meeting, and that turnover said, they're not even grand. For that gallery, in fact, gallery said can get a general. That was not even gallery. Few days ago, from that general room that we went in, and then they were just talking one thing after another. The action point from there was that the former principal, Mr. Branke Bali, will be turning over because you know they are he afraid he won't leave the place. Then he say, turn over process of graduating, turn over program that graduating, you teaching one principal to another person, he must be graduating. He left onto the place. The action point was the thing that we have former principal, Mr. Branke Bali, will be showing Mr. Buster Tari some things concerning the school before being seated. Mr. Buster Tari did not hire in our school. He don't know the VP, the support staff in our school. He don't know all of them. Not even being introduced officially to the students in that particular school. He left the county without even a mission order in the first place in Monrovia. How urgent is the urgency for the urgent activity that you are attending? To the extent that you live in, nobody knows who is acting into the chief. The students should be aware. Our children telling us that the principal left the place. The new principal they brought, the principal not there. Our children telling us, our principal, the new man they bring, the man not there. They say the man go morale. You see what happening? The Parent Teachers Association chairperson, we are informing you now through this medium. The office of the county education officer institute, the newly assigned principal is not in the county. Let them know what the mission order that carried him to Monrovia. Was the CEO authorizing that? Let come to direct supervision. Was the DEO on this condition right now? It's a family urgent family issue. Granted, medical granted. Now, but then have a meeting, know who you're working with, and then prove mission order. I will be there for A, B, C, and D time. And then before I can be able to come back while I'm away, Mr. Josiah Johnson Kamara City will now be acting as the principal to steer the affairs of the school, and he or she will be doing A, B, C, D. working in line with the vice principal for instruction for student affairs or for he or she will be working in line via telephone. You don't know administration why you're holding the post job now. So on the basis, you see again, they will come back again. On the basis of why you're having these decisions. That school that's very tough like that. Administratively, you're not settling things. You left. Even the teachers to the place. The PTA said not even inform you. You know some of them. You don't even know some of them. In the place. They're stressed. They go from class to class on devotion being introduced as a new principle. And even telling the students on devotion that will be out to perform in a national degree performance you can always talk about. To perform the national duty. The people that invest thousands of Liberian, millions of Liberian dollars to that place. People took money. Whether the money they took and the commitment they made to deposit that money in the school account, whether the bank statement they gave you, whether the cash being paid was reflected on the bank account. The collection they did from the students, the fees paid, whether the money. Nothing. Nobody explain anything to you. You just left from here, you go to Monrovia. So is that how the CEO allowing people, principal, then to lead the place? When teacher leave the place and go anywhere now, you won't black the teacher pay. So no wonder why the teacher can just leave from the classroom. They don't talk to anybody. You see what's happening? Now we'll take our musical break. We are back. Then you can keep putting your calls through. But you can put your calls through on 0880 878 382 0775 151 308. If you want to use our WhatsApp line, you can also put your calls through on +231 772 770 212. We'll take our musical break when we are back. And then we'll open the line for you to listen to. In Pola, the Marble Clan, Pola Elementary and Junior High School, the drama in the school system, the thing the children passing through right there, the educational activities. See how far our children are right now. Gay town, volunteer teachers, people still crying around. The Ministry of Education office here from the Department of Human Resources, issuing people employment and assignment letters around here. Where are we? Why people say volunteer when you're getting power? Now, coming back to the topic again, the principal is not around here. Can somebody call off from the CEO office, from the DO office, or even somebody from the Tottenham Western Institute from administration? Why the principal had to leave so soon? The principal, the other principal, finished turning over now, or where the people are now? How far are you guys gone right now? What happened? The PTA want to hear from you. Why are you asking to right now? The commitment for education. But you know, everybody can do this because the superintendent for the country, they can't even say that in the country. Then how the people not do this in what they're doing? We'll take our musical break when we are back. Then we'll talk to you again on this segment. conversation. Keep putting your calls through so that we can be able to collectively see how best we can rectify this sector right now. This is what is happening. These are things. And before yesterday, we take the call. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who are we talking to right now?
Yes,
Yeah, good evening, sir. How are you today? Your point.
yeah, good evening, Mr. City. Thank you very much for your instrumentality.
You're welcome, sir.
Our people don't like the truth. I tell you from the beginning, from old school, through the theory, I just seen it for both you know. Right now, I could be one of those. Now, I have a document here with my sister today. But why is that number? I will be the office tomorrow. I'll bring you my document. I want to be a volunteer. Volunteer. When you tell me one level of life of what you want.
Yeah, I heard that woman there who can always be talking people ears, not talking my man ear. Because you know, so they will not even tell you, sir. Are you still on the line, Chief?
Yeah, I'm a married man.
Oh.
Yeah. With 5 children. My daughter graduated to a 15-year-old from Montreal to a brother from China. And she graduated. The 10th grade. Take a 10-year-old went to the 11th grade. Then we have our people, but people don't want to write people. They're always trying it every day. Where are you? I said, waiting. Anybody that can understand me? I'm waiting. I'm an audition or art technician. I did 4 years at CNIMA.
Yeah, we will continue to fight for our people because that is the only way we can be able to rectify this sector. But keep putting your calls through. Keep putting your calls through on 0880878382, 0880878382. Then 0775 151 30. You can put your calls to 1 plus 231 77 770 212 to be a part of this conversation. You know, if you think you have the opportunity, you have the power, the responsibility is by you. Then you need to focus on the sector to see how we can be a part. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of
My name is Abraham I'm coming from Boston District, to be precise, Leah. Thank you very much for the topic that you brought on the table tonight for us to hear. You know, some of us, when we see or hear that you are talking tonight, as we feel too bad, mostly for you, and the future leader for us. We hope, we pray, we do everything, putting all facilities in place for our children so that at least that's all we shall not be around there so that we get better future. Then look at what we have just said concerning the school in Pula. How can the parents go on a campus to go? Teachers to the I want my child in school and on campus. It is wrong. On the field about the network. Nothing is happening is right down there. If you go on talking to your house number and talking to house number, every morning from 6 to 6, if you want on the campus, there's no something down there. So if you're talking here, some of us will get feel bad when other people are still continue doing stuff. So continue talking and we will continue to give our contribution of that.
Thank you, Chief. It was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Keep putting your calls through. Good evening. Chief, you know that we are appealing to you here, Chief. Just make sure that you far away from the radio. Good evening. Welcome. Bida Join do Kai. You calling up from where, Andy? Okay. I will try to call you right now so that you can get mine. Then we start the conversation from there. All right, Mama. Okay, and you know the current interpretation for that is that you can never defeat the in-law. Your in-law is just an in-law. You fall down. The in-law, they're a rat. When the rat hit the air will burst. So the in-law that you can't defeat. I will try to call you, but don't feel discouraged. Don't feel disappointed. Grand Gedeh will be good again. Thank you, okay, Mama. Thank you. I'll always enjoy your talking. All right. The Voice of Gedeh family say good evening to you and have a nice and God bless day. Yeah, she's like my show. Where are you coming from? I'm on air. I mean, I'm lying in there. I have a video. No, and the problem is I will start using our platform and so I live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, so I say that now what happened? But you know the Polar school and then Boston College left the school already in my weekend. During the country, see that they don't have place already. Yeah, yeah. Keep putting your calls through on 088087 382-0775 151-308 on our website 2-770-212. Now, good evening and welcome to Voice of Gedeh Radio. Yeah, please walk away from your monitor a little bit. Yes, you are live on Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Okay, thank you so much.
Please. Where are you calling up?
Thank you. I'm obviously and I'm calling from
All right, so go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm there. You know, I'm listening. You talked about school system and high school and high school and there are some things like that. And I'm listening to you talk about the people we are there and then we president know IDE United People and true. And so for me, I didn't see that and I'm telling you, and also I'm scared in the school here. And what is that our president, that in the office. I'm not seeing the new president that I report here. Because of the insurance, and then go back to people to the church to do it. You know what I'm saying? And why is the reason and wow, I read it. No. And for me, I'm like the way you feel that that's the issue to that. I feel that it's where I'm not saying you get I need to kind of do that. I want to tell or I want to I need, but not that. I just 2 weeks now. I just give 2 weeks now. Yeah, we get the president. With the new president, then our president leave the office. So for me, I really that the way the issues here, I can't take the program that thank you very much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And now, the only way we can help this sector is when people agree to stop doing the wrong thing. If you're not prepared to contribute to the sector, don't accept the position. Don't accept the position. You should be living from the place with a mission order. The mission order will carry you and will specify how long you're going to stay to the place. If you just taking over the school counter here, or near community will find ourselves, on the road will find ourselves, among the people that will find ourselves, and then you living from here in a top school, the school that full of corruption, where people can just eat money and tell us, yeah, sorry, I eat money, I'll pay back. They carry you there. So that alone clearly telling us that the reason why you take from one to the other because you don't live from the place, anytime you want to live from the place. So they say, okay, why you do? They're comparing. You know, sometimes when people know where were you that there are so many things that they can create. So right now, I say, when I'm where with the mail create some problem. So they find somewhere so that I can do a shopping. Let me go there and go show yourself. You go on the Moravia. You go do what you do now. Then you didn't know. Nobody say you must discuss your illness. Oh yeah, going for medicine. And then that mission order needs to be approved by the DEO. And I have direct supervisor that the DEO. Don't call supervising principal say. So the DEO will tell the CEO that, oh yes, the principal for this school left the county or will be leaving the county for 3-4 days, for 1 week, for 2 weeks. The principal deputy will also act You now will leave the instruction now with your principal director say act as a principal until I'm back. The students need to know who is acting now as a principal and where their principal is going. In the middle of the school year, you're changing principal already. That alone is a trauma for the children to manage. Bringing in a new person. You go run beyond. I come from the same, how they call it, administrative background. Or someone, or you and the city mayor and the superintendent, you're running after budgeting. They can't joking in the county. They're just joking with the people of Grand Jide County. They're joking. Anybody can just leave their place, they just go anywhere they want to go. You have a transfer. Your duty station is Zwedu. Your duty station is only one role here that for your business now implemented according to the policy, according to the agreement of those initial signed contract. And they must do the role and make sure they have it in good condition. Every minute you leave from here, go to Monrovia. You go to Monrovia. You go to Monrovia, you come back. Good evening. Welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Good evening, radio. Good evening. How are you today, sir?
So the project, this is the wakeup. I'm sitting here listening to you before I can get on the roster. First, let me say I started for the fever on my partner because I'm walking on the road. The problem here is because what I was saying want to use wakeup and his own way and pleasure. Very well, wakeup does not have educational knowledge. When you return to exam wakeup, the one in schools as an administrator of that school, because here where member will get all of this going on there, by amending it directly to be implemented by wakeup. And the reason things are happening for is because we lack leadership in our country, we don't have leadership. How will you have a country that is going wrong, but everybody is doing everything? Anybody will go for behind the house, they can do any job. When it comes to because we don't leaders. Don't try to check yourself out. Don't want to talk cost to their friend. When you spend all the time what to do, you spend 1 day in schedule, you can 2 days in Monrovia. How will you do all this on in the country? But yet, you can report to them to reporting that everything is well. Everything is well. According to this, the education sector is one of the key sectors in every society. They don't want to learn something. Now going to gather and we talk depending on to make our children their future to be bright. The church is so low. And the reason is just simple. I always say this. Because that's being going to as a cartel. We don't want our children's future to be brighter. Our children will not be on the friend tomorrow. So in their minds, when they provide every opportunity for our children to learn better, they will be a challenge to their children tomorrow. So the only way we can do it to keep their children really quote unquote, as they refer to as the educated people, is that suppressing our children. And the frustrating part of our India is that you will catch before when they are graduates. So I want to agree now to you feel that you suppress your own children. There is sense in this there. There is sense in this there. Why is that it? Is it because you want to get out of our practice? Tomorrow you're not going to be passing with them, what about the thing now? So I believe in children. we don't have errors.
Two cameras.
Everybody are politicians. Errors are also speak. Errors are also diagnose people. All the people to vote. When the errors speak, they say the error has spoken. One less of the errors are always speak. No one. Where the errors? Where are the errors? You want to tell your own child that error. I want to go to the brother.
All right, sir. Thank you. It was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Keep putting your calls through on 0880. Good evening. Welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Yeah, back to Madison. Back at Robert.
Yeah, Mr. Rao, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, good evening, sir. You have said it all. Right now, I'm looking back there. The time when it's trying, all the teachers here, you see the band there, they will see you and say, I don't want to go, I'm a pastor. As you know, I've said to go check out what to tomorrow. That the 4% of the teachers that are going to the rural area, they are living right there with you to them, my brother. I commit my name as the Minister of Education. So if I don't have credentials, what will help me? I will give you the way down, I will go. I promise that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Keep putting your calls through on 0880-878-382, 0775-151-308. On our WhatsApp line, +231 772 770-212 to be a every time we are moving from one stage, from one town to another town,
School system, our administrative staff, and then change more especially our principal. And we heard that we have a new principal for president. We haven't seen him. And he told the students. Most of the students staying away from school for over a week. Trying to change our principal. So for me, to please show up. To look at I need giving a call. We went up in, a lot of teachers on the campus for a number one. All of them have a number. And that. So for me, we have to see meeting to proceed to our program, the coming Friday, which is tomorrow. But based on our new principal, we postpone the program to the 27th of meeting with him at least, giving a call, showing a proof of the program, to can carry on our development come up because the school year will soon be going to an end.
So Chief, what kind of project y'all undertaking now?
Okay, on our campus there we have our little cafeteria and we want to extend it, and then they will use benches and go for the students. Usually some when students having a lot of the laptop and each other email or small project. That's trying down to eat. So I find it necessary they will cafeteria for them.
Okay, Chief. So you want to tell Mr. President, Student Council President of the Thomas Wilson Institute. The man they call you new principal, you're not seeing him yet.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
We the students of Thomas Wilson Institute, we don't know our new principal. Then with a lot of the teachers, I think we showed up to say, yes, I am the one who gets in place of Mr. Barry. So we don't have principal, if I can say. So if the begin a class. They can bring a competition between students and other teachers. So for me, I'm currently appealing to the Nigerians to find names and their teachers. The CEO, the DO, that is really all in see.
All right, thank you, my brother. It was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Thank you.
Keep putting your calls through here on Voice of Gedeh Radio. 88.5 mega on the program Face the Issues. We have to jointly agree by way of commitment to face the issue so that the sector, we can see how bad we can patch it, face it, and make it good. That people becoming part of the sector can know that this place now is a place of rectification, and after that we can be able to move on. Then that tomorrow nothing about sporting it, but rather we want to face it. You see the way you can play you can play with education. The other people on the other side giving people employment letter then. Volunteer teacher and passing around. You I know they put it. You can borrow back to education that the same thing. They are two different things. And career to education, they're two different things. The time they put carry the Sadu people into Israel to go and train them, it's different from somebody coming right here and going to class who are taking care of educational material or activities. It's a complete different thing. When people going on the training base to go talk about border patrol, immigration, alien naturalization, this and that, it's different from education administration. It's a complete different thing. Traffic business, you're talking about 10.2 and all the kind of things. It's different from education. It's completely different. When you mess to it, then the people messing business with private. You notice somebody will go in the place there when people talk to you, the way professionally you're supposed to talk to people as an administrator, you'll be shouting at them because you'll still be thinking that maybe you to the borderline, or maybe you in the office you're talking about everything you're on there. No, the way I'm can talk to people is different. When they on their thing, it's different from the way educators can talk to people, the way people handle educational issues. It's different. So you're around here giving employment letter, what about you get complete farm? If the institution will be asking for the photocopy of your document, asking for the original copy of your document, get them one photocopy, bring the original copy. Say that you can for the photo, EVCS, photocopy it as a original, and then you photocopy one in black and white. You carry the original copy first, then you leave the two copies with them, and they can see it. Right there, you're on here, you're supporting the educational sector. So it makes it difficult for the CEO to survive under this condition. I put a condition on the ground that you send to what they call him, to honor man him. Then guess what happening? TWA is in a complete drama. A complete drama. The schools don't have regular teachers in the place. People want government people to go to school anytime they feel that. The students are not having regular classes. The teacher, you go to the campus, you see that all of them standing up. They don't have pleasure in standing up. If a teacher can't go to the people on government payroll. The principal left the place. The students are saying the principal took over. They're not even taking over there. They're not programmed for taking over. They're not even meeting. We don't have one agenda, one program sheet for attending our program. Till there be a child from the school. Nothing. They want to get no paper was just there. Me, I went to the place, I just jabbed there and said, boys. So they say, well, you know, nothing will do it yet. So the man can just, you know, that, yeah, the people can count, the principal, they can count, nothing will do it. What are you doing something? You're not doing something. You carry on official business. In as much as you're doing the right thing, then you don't need to be afraid. We went to the place, no program activity, nothing, no program sheet. Then you read on piece of paper said, you say item number 1, prayer. Now do not pray that. Now welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to, sir?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I want to do a voluntary academia because the children will be going to national exam. I want to history, civics, geography. Voluntarily.
All right. So you know what you do?
No.
You find the DO, then you go there, and the DO and you will have a conversation, educational conversation. Then I think your services, when you are qualified based upon their criteria, then you can be able, they will afford you the opportunity. You know, but please, I want to give you this information. You must carry your credential there, or the original copy and photocopy. No other people that stand over in the education office. When some money, they don't get a photocopy, they don't get original copy of the credential, and they just pack on in that one building down there. They give me Elijah Freeman hard time in the country here. Don't do it now. Don't add them. All right. Okay, fine. So when you coming from office. Okay, all right then. You know? Yeah, but my man, you'll be volunteer here. Oh, you just feel that the man, how they call it, the man, you'll be volunteering. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? Okay, Chief. Your name and where you calling you from?
Thank you. I'm a secret.
My man, welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Yeah, Chief, remember that, Chief. He said from first marking period till today, you don't get geography teacher and biology teacher. Oh, okay. So tell people now. Okay, sir. Thank you. It was a nice time talking to your Voice of Gedeh Radio. Okay, sir. Listen to you. So, is it a drama now? I was doing no biology and geography teacher since the resumption of semester 2, beginning with third period. No, in fact, any semester, how they call it? Something, any semester 1. You see it? They don't get geography and biology teacher. Geography and biology, Thomas Wesley Institute, complete dormant. So when the children fail now in the public test, what do you get to say? Every day you find pleasure in Grand Gedeh County with swimming play, you will not get swimming play. You go for once again. When the opponent sees Grand Gedeh result again, then they someone away again at the end of the day, you know, just take out high school clothes now, we start seeing someone there passing around. So why are you guys creating the condition? This is the reason why I continue to tell the people of Grand Gedeh County that the only time you find our leaders pay attention to something that has to do with Grand Gedeh, 95% of our leaders, the only time you see them talking about when it's of interest financially, when they know that thing when they're discussing, they will devour money. Then at the end of the day, they pay attention to it. In the absence of that, they're not paying attention to it. They will not do anything. They're not even discussing with anybody on that. This is the condition that we are creating. Schools activity. Go to Polar School and see what is happening there. Listen to the principal. Nobody. The DEO, the human resource, let the human resource say human resource doesn't have a file right now. Human resource management, people management. Then you get complete folder in your own office for yourself. Then when you move to that spending entity, civil service agency, that service agency, who will get follow? And proudly, you're writing letters then to people you're giving the assignment and employment. That 112 teachers need your one period. You will not show that list. You can't show that list. When you show that list, you place that, you give it to the DO and give it to the principal from the various schools. 10 need release it first. You release it. 10 needs. They are all connected from the people that in that building. You pull it on now. You pull it up. You will not pull it up because you know the list is not clear. So that's the reason. But you see what we're doing, the sector continuing to be facing the problem that the education sector fund are the one that contributing to that. And it's not helping the county. It will not do our society, our future leaders any good. It's not about me and myself. Let's create a condition that our county and country will be good. That's the only way this society will be okay for each and every one of us. Remember now, prosperity is going to judge us tomorrow. In the Ministry of Education. No, the next thing that will tell you to stop in a place. The next thing will tell you to stop in a particular place where you find yourself, in the educational sector in Nigeria County. That female harassment. The day you're not stop, it will reach to the point, will put all of your needs. You know that it's a harassment, it's a violation of the Ministry of Education policy. That social communication unethical. That is unethical. You continue. The ultimatum we get here is to disengage from all of those activities surrounding that thing you're doing. You don't go call your name. And that one there, that the ministry will send for you because they were minister live on this radio. You're carrying on harassment. You're carrying on molestation, intimidation of employees, using your positions in a place to harass employees. And you need to stop it. When you see two people standing, you say, oh, yeah, they're talking about it. In fact, to the extent we passing in the town, say people, I mean, there are able to say, I get Burkina Faso passport in my hand. There I get Burkina Faso passport. So, you're allowed the people, you're sitting down and allow the people to be using policy that they can't show to you. Yeah, nobody want to talk to press. So even if somebody else say again, ball grumpy in your hands, when they say to survive, will not give it to us. You get my little tablet that I need people to see you and myself send it up so that they can say you gave me information. Then how we get a letter now from the HR office? They want the HR sign, give somebody employment assignment letter. You close on the responsibility of giving somebody employment letter. Are you supposed to give somebody employment letter? If the employment letter is based on Ministry of Education employment, then you must specify, it must be written. You must say, it must be mentioned that already this communication or communication from the Ministry of Education about your employment. You need to say anything like that. But you worry, the problem is that you worry too much because the CSA behind you to get your file. You not get your file. The reason why we say you not get one file to get because you should be the first person to leave an example. You can't be a people. Then you not have a complete folder. So what you telling people to carry that document? No, you should not be telling people to carry their document to CSA. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, Grand General County, I'm the head of the Division of Human Resource. The listed names that I saw concerning the original copy and the photocopy of the people credential, I am here with them. These are the contacts. If you want to verify them in person, you can be able to call them. They themselves will come here to validate their documents submitted. But these are the original and the photocopy of all of their documentation. You just take it from your file, make one copy, and give it to the people. And now when you have a file that they went away, you don't get it. And you're coming up with a decision of assigning people to schools. When you get a problem with anybody, you get a problem with them, not sending them to school. Some of the people they don't want to go to school, then they tell you, they're not in time yet. You'll be assigning teacher then to school, you're not even checking behind them to see whether they're working in those schools. How effective will you be? You get 3 private schools that you teach in Israel, you get 1 government school. Everything about you in those schools is not resembled. You go to the other school, you teach different subjects. You go to the other school, you teach different subjects. Some of you, when you go to the last school now in a day, you're sitting down now, you're laying by in the chair in the classroom, you're sleeping. Then the student, they're dead. They think the student, they say, they don't want to say, because from in the morning all the way, you got 3 schools that you're teaching around here. So before you finish teaching the 3 schools, you already go to the last school now, and some of you again, you're cutting again. So what time you will have to make your own research? What time you will have that the presentation you're going to make, that you can tell somebody that you really understand what you're going to say to the students? Because why you teaching the children, why you teaching the students should be converted into present day reality, what they will meet when they leave from the place, and how they will see it, how they can use that in their daily activities. About history, you're giving them a definition of history, past and present event, something that happened before, the one that happened now, the one that will happen again tomorrow. Then you must put it in the present day reality of that child, so that as they are moving along, they will be able to know what you're talking about when you say in the past. But the money is going around all year. You go to the other school, you teach, go to the other school, you teach, go to the other school, you teach. And some of those schools, the vice principal for instruction, they're not looking at your lesson plan, what you're presenting to them. They're not even looking, they're not even checking. And the principal can say that, and the principal can say that. Then at the VBA or VB, what you will go say that in the office. Of course, they're not even checking your energy. The county superintendent is not even checking on your bosses. Who will check on, who you will check on? You see it? Somebody, the high school, Tottenham Western Institute, students are calling and telling you that we don't get teachers, but they will standing around in the building. Students eating, they putting their food on the ground. 21 years you're staying in that place. You took all the students and the school money. Because you're not one for change. You're sharing percentage around to people who you think you're giving them to. But yeah, Elijah Freeman will continue with said because you will not damage your own administration said. You will not spoil your administration. And attempt to spoil it. You know, face the issue here. The AOC in the society will dig it out. We dock it out. You know, we can't be a lecture where you know when one share phone now they can say we did it before, we gotta did it again. No. But we're not doing it at all. We're still doing it. We'll continue to do it. The right thing. And we want to make sure that the sector is prepared. We'll take our musical break. 15 minutes to 11 p.m. By 11 p.m., we'll call it a day to resume tomorrow morning, 5:45 for the daily activities. Tomorrow again, we'll be bringing you confusion. So why you all requested people to bring development in that town? They brought development. Then after the development now, then you're bringing confusion. We'll bring you information from the market zone, you know, elementary and junior high school in Zwaja. We'll tell you why that school name is like that and the methodology used by the two-town backend and then Zwaja. If the crown people, the people in Grand Gedeh County will practice that, then of course we will not have to backward. But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Zwaja. They are the best in decision making Grand Gedeh no. You know? No, Nanda. I am not saying so. You know? But again, simple things should be handled by way of wisdom. We'll take our musical break. We are back. Then we will almost be concluding our conversation on today. Yeah, okay. Now, before we take a break, you want to say something, you can call on the radio and then we'll allow you the time so that you can't forget when we go on break. While we are on break, you can still call, we'll still pick your call up, and then we'll be all afford you the opportunity. The conversation off the radio, no, your call. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Welcome to.
Welcome to Student Council President, Sonia Waiting Interview.
Yeah, Mr. President, go ahead.
Okay, President, thank you for the program. And also, I'll say thank you to my co-students that are calling tonight and those who are on the show. What I want to say initially is, sometimes
We said that Mr. President, Student Council leader, are talking with yeah.
I'm calling my main job, that's fire me there, which I for you.
No problem. You're welcome, sir. We'll take our musical break. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to on the line?
Student consultation on the game, man.
Go ahead, Chief.
As I was saying, you see, if you are studying and then trying your best, and other people are not seeing it, you prove to them that you are somebody within the nation. You see that we are there. If I'm not making a mistake, we are the first petition in our branch here, County Block. But now take a look at the institution. There's no development, no encouragement. All we do all the time is to, they respect people and never come to their class. The students, last time I put my students together and we were going to project on t-shirt issues. The administration back on and say, they were pleased, we should hold on to the t-shirt and get them filled. So, back to the development issue, as I was saying, see our cafeteria there, the women, I think for our cafeteria, the women can do their market. The ones to eat. If you go and there, go and see the top, everything's damaged. Then one thing, but the only thing each of them we always do was one time, share and one time. We're not saying about putting down or anything. If you go to 12 class, all of those chairs are broken. If you go to 7 to 8 class, the bigger class, chairs are there and stuff. You get what I'm saying? I can remember when Mr. Bari called for PTA meeting for the PTA to help the school to pay 900 students to be at a conversation about the financial saving and then some of the raw materials 2020. I was even looking at all people agree. Well, all of a sudden, we asked the administration to say, CEOs, they don't want to come to do and watch that idea. We have a school there, then generating a lot of money. But they don't know where the money was going to grow. He was the same person who was able to want the everything. So I'm begging the Nigerian to see if we can get this. When they somebody to call, let them know that kind of person that will go that or anyhow, we'll see if we can go and look at it. But if they bring somebody to call, that let a person be good and then script. And everything will be possible when I come up. So, thank you one more. I'm considering to monitor the show. And if there's anything, I will call to put it on my Facebook.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, before you go, Mr. President, the fees they put collecting, one time they posted a buyer your quick content, all the kind of thing like that. The registrar ate the money. He wrote commitment and you pay the money. And then the 180,000 plus that was collected, the principal say he put that in your computer play. I mean, that Gemma play what was and then when between you get up and say, "I get it, $40,000." You already start talking and say you went to the hospital with. I'm not no. I mean, Mr. President, we'll talk it over again, but don't feel disappointed and discouraged. And the sector will be fine. People listening to you around the world, in this country, in this county, they will help to face the sector. The CEO, the DEOs, the other actors in our Document Research Institute, they got other, they have some administration, students affairs, dean for students. They are most of the guys, all of them, they are all silver-minded people. They will try to help you out because your level right now, a senior student from there, you'll be going to the university level. And then if your foundation from high school is not solid, When you come back to that place there to Gallo there, and my man will be telling you, say, whether you want to do before, but whatever the case, we are hoping, we are hoping help to build you up for a better tomorrow.
Okay. One more thing.
Yeah.
The second part of the day, I teach you Mr. Bali. Before they change Mr. Bali for me, I was suggesting that they could have only done that day and they should have paid our money to change things.
Very good.
But they didn't do it. Just change it now. Who will go to that? Who will want our money? You know, I can remember when I and my vice president changed to our set and then I was putting there. We asked Mr. Bali and said, your boy asked for the materials. Anything you come back to us. Yeah, why they make here and money or we have to go, unfortunately, the materials. So we bring the material and then ask for all the materials. One time Mr. Bali. Be here, we put tell us. Now Monday, the material will be here. After this, Monday, we shall. So for me, I'm very wondering.
Yeah.
So now Mr. Bali is wrong. If we haven't go to the register, he may not say anything good or.
And
while you're in news, you know, where to a survey, I'm a baby. Yeah, or asking and then so all that. That was not lie. He didn't want to even know anything about what we are all students and our boss. I think I can see that. When we go to the front, we hear that they put on the money, you have somebody, you know, they're sharing with them. He said, you know what, he gave the money to the body, and the body said, he gave the money to rent it.
Jesus Christ, the commandant.
So for me, what they're going to do, then the body pay our money.
All right, let me tell you what's going to happen. The CEO committed himself that money there will not go free. There will be an investigation in our Tottenham Wilson Institute money drama. So he committed himself, and as soon as he come back to the country, there will be a committee set up to go and do that investigation. Anybody that eat that money, they will pay. Even the money somewhere, they not eat it yet. They eat it, then will tell you where the ball will eat. But portion of it there, they went for medical bill. Can you just imagine? So they start, all gotta go to the high school then answer. In fact, as soon as my father be said, I'll tell you to go be teaching the one of this school where you get saying I tell you put money and go to hospital. Can you just imagine the drama? You see how wicked our own people they are. On Voice of Gedeh. We'll talk to you again, and then we'll continue to start making the sector to be okay. Thank you, sir. It was a nice time talking to you.
Okay.
Good evening, and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? Yeah, Mama, you're in a play, So let me ask you, they are collecting another money again for different activity besides the people money. How are you talking about? I know and what? Okay. It's a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Okay.
All right. So you see now the people speaking out because the habit of doing the wrong thing when you be living inside at the detriment of the students. Every time you call for color day, the student will go pay money. Then you collect all the money you can't give them the call for color day again, you're not giving the kind of that money. You collect the money to the student. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to?
Yeah. I'm right. After one morning, I'll be going to a video office. But that's not wasting.
Yeah.
Just put them together.
Okay, all right, Chief. Just keep it tomorrow morning and go there, yeah?
Okay, one now for you.
Okay, yeah, no problem. When you tell him, you want to call me. No problem. We are hoping that people want to provide their services to be accepted.
Oh, yes, sir. I talk to you, I talk to you.
That one, all right, I will appreciate. I know. So these are things that people can be doing, and we're not helping the sector. We're not doing good for Grand Gedeh County. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Yeah, what you doing? Yeah, we speaking with Alvin Taylor.
Yeah, Mr. Bello. Yeah, Mr. Bello, go ahead. What's your contribution?
All right, thank you so much. My colleague has said for, and I cannot say no, my colleague that is said, you know, what can happen like that, but my police said everything tonight. And you know what better? People say that the two can get. And you know the two, when you say the two, it gets 33. So it's better you say the two and then to be keeping the eye for the two. Ain't see that? So what my police said tonight is two. So I'll let you go. Thank you so much for the show tonight. Because the two is the two. And the two can get. When you get ahead. I'll tell you.
All right, sir.
Thank you for the show. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, sir. It was a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Thank you.
Family past 11 p.m. here in our country. Network Incorporated. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of the people. Grand Gedeh Radio. The voice of the Grand Gedeh people. The Voice of Gedeh 88.5 megahertz. Situated with offices from one of our 56 communities here in Grand Gedeh County. On behalf of the management and staff of Voice of Gedeh 88.5 megahertz, headed by the board of directors from the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated. This is how we want to draw the curtain, closing, making up this day on our day's transmission, telling you exactly how far we are right now to nation building. On our various platforms, you took all your time monitoring us, being part of factual information provision. It was a nice time interacting with you. The family appreciate you a lot. The Voice of Gedeh family. Have you completed the 80-kilometer drive from Sister River to Zwedu? You still have 40 kilometers to travel to Zwedu. Drive with care. It's not how fast you enter Zwedu, but how safe you will be to reach here. That which is our priority. Kalibo Fish Town, 136 kilometers to go. Let me squish in this color. Yeah, good evening. Welcome to Voice of Gedeh Radio. Quickly, where can we? Now all this information when the CEO come, we'll get in. You bring all the information. Thank you. It's a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Now all the information when the CEO come, you get in the right answer because you know the people listening to him. I mean to the radio here, they'll pass it on because I don't because my trainer playing tonight, so you're not looking at a team and playing. You know, here myself we can have that conversation. We can be free one though. Everybody now that title can be fighting for them. But he monitoring the radio from the nation capital, from the resident listening, monitoring the radio. I just got a text message from him that he listening to it. But then again, he expressed to me through the text message that he's very much disappointed with the information he's getting, more especially from students will be calling and be explaining about administrators about their attitude to school development. But whatever the assurance is there that as soon as you come, you go into it. But man, I want your job down there. That job is a mental message I'm reading. Don't be telling the PRO say the way I'm talking, I won't be PRO. I'll be PRO for Ministry of Education. All yes, I'm big here. They won't see us say they will be someone they said. And Nina will not be on payroll for. In fact, when they're taking your need from payroll, they'll not just take it from there. We're saying for we'll take our loud musical break when we are back. Then we'll close it off for the day. This is our family-wide, as part of the team. I want to extend our appreciation to you for being part of us, going through with job the man. Because they felt they could start this show here tonight. I'm feeling I was switch to yesterday power here, but I did now on gen set. We'll get 3 generators. The other part of next week, we are discussing your resolution. All the 100 plus thousand you're spending, and all the institutions they need. your poor by the county council. The people need your poor to that place there. The money you're attached to them. I will call all of the institutional money and we'll start calling some of them to on the radio to start asking the head what are the resolution that you have. The people they need our mention and the money you say you'll give them. What are you giving to them? We'll call all of them on the radio. We're not calling them in our studio. We'll call them by telephone. And when they not get your institution money, then you want back it. Be talking so the people will know that you're happy to have corruption. You make people to know that you go get how they call it the institution you're 5,000 till now. You're not able to get any 5,000, but you ought to take 400,000 to give it to LRB energy so that they can be able to provide transformer and there, right? How you can be able to their own country? Capital MUST must be okay. Remember that the life we live today speak for tomorrow. Intelligence is not weakness. Don't mind the availability of the horse and ride to death. You know the true color of the snake and say it is. But when you grass, you don't know whether blue or black snake. They take your own snake, they took your snake from motor after they brought it to the VIC. I show your color now. They not even break it from here, say you need a whole country. No mission all carry you. The student now he left the school building, they don't even know say. I talk to you when as members of the family from the Gedeh Communication Working Incorporated, the Voice of Gedeh at 8.5 megahertz. The name will always be Randolph Nyokpao Sedi. And they call him a prayer once a month. And let God be our walking stick.